Brookdale. God bless you. Thank you.
Those sentiments were echoed by freeholder Lillian Burry and freeholder Serena DeMasso.
I like the slogan that says 50 years of making dreams possible. Isn't that what it's all about? And I'm delighted to be here. And somebody said to me, I'm making reservations for 50 years from now. I said, good, I don't know where I'll be, but...
You've made their futures and their children's futures possible. Because without each and every one of you, no matter what you do, you sweep, you dust something off, you educate a child, whatever you're doing to make this campus as great as it is, we give you the money. I mean, we just take the credit, but you guys are really, each and every one of you should be truly proud of your position here in the campus and in the college, because we are the best in the state because of each and every one of you, and you are truly our unsung heroes. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all the freeholders.
The freeholders also presented a certificate of recognition to the college and officially declared July 18, 2017, Brookdale Community College Day in Monmouth County. Middletown Mayor Gerard Scharfenberger also presented a proclamation to the college.
Thank you so much. I'm a testament to the value of this school, and as mayor, I am so proud to have Brookdale College as part of our municipality.
In addition to the speeches, the celebration featured photos, exhibits, and digital slideshows showcasing 50 years of Brookdale history, along with refreshments and a 50th anniversary birthday cake.
With paper student education plans, advisors sit down with students, discuss what courses to take, when they'll transfer to a four-year institution or graduate, and map out a course plan that aligns with their program. But as time goes on, schedules move around. The planning shifts. Students want to take a class with a certain professor. The course catalog changes, and a class that would have been an elective requirement may no longer be offered. Moving this planning online allows the student and the advisor to be on the same page with course information, scheduling, and the student's educational goals. They can see a timeline of courses and easily make changes as needed. Colleague Student Planning is an online tool that makes the academic program planning process easier for your students and their advisors by allowing course planning, course registration, and tracking of progress toward academic program completion, all in real time.
Brookdale Community College, the power to provide accessibility to over 60 degree and certification classes on campus and online, to provide a rich community of faculty and student life, to provide affordability through financial aid, scholarships, and grants. Brookdale Community College, the power to provide you the access, affordability, and community to reach your education goals. Join us March 31st from 1 to 4 at our Spring Open House. RSVP today at brookdalecc.edu/open house.
This is not your ordinary community college. This is an education for the 21st century, a college that learns from industry trends and adapts to the changing job market. This is a group of acclaimed professors and a staff who will stand at your side and help you kick down any door you choose. This is where you can learn a new skill or earn a degree, online or in person, at 6 locations across Monmouth County. This is not your ordinary community college. This is Brookdale. This is college redefined. This is success reimagined.
Come be a part of the Brookdale community, where students from all countries and backgrounds are accepted.
Jesteście tutaj mile widziani.
You are welcome here.
Você é enviado aqui e obrigado por fazer parte de nossa comunidade.
You are welcome here.
Você é bem-vindo aqui. Obrigada por fazer parte da Brookdale.
You are welcome here.
Jij is welkom hier in de...
And welcome back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena for another edition of Brookdale Basketball here on BTV. Tim Kettlefemo alongside my broadcast partner Brian Goudsward. We have a wild game coming up for you this afternoon as the Jersey Blues get ready to square off against the Passaic County Panthers. A major game for both of these two teams. Brookdale wants to stay alive and within the top 5 in the Region 19 Conference. For Passaic, it's a do-or-die game. If they lose the game, they fall out of qualifying for the Region 19 Conference Tournament. So a big game for both teams, Brian.
Yeah, no question about it. And for Brookdale, they badly want to get into the top 4 position in the region standings because that would mean they'd have a bye, and the next time they would play would be right here at the Collins Arena in front of their home fans, where, as we know, they play so well. And it's added on the other end for Passaic that they have to win to stay alive. So from that aspect, you would expect a high-intensity game, two teams that play with a lot of speed, a lot of back-and-forth kind of basketball that we're expected to see here this afternoon.
Brookdale comes off of a loss a few weeks ago on February 5th to Middlesex County, which was at the time 3rd in the Region 19 standings. Now they are 2nd. They lost that game 91-78, so Brookdale trying to get back on track as this is the second to last game of the regular season for the Jersey Blues. They'll have Camden coming up on Tuesday, but they certainly want to get a win this afternoon. As you look at the starting 5 of the Jersey Blues, Jordan Smith, Teray Gatling, Tyler Hawkins, Randy Sutton, and Jameer Calhoun. For Passaic, we saw the starting 5 pop up on your screen. I'll read them to you just quickly again. Philip Lasik, DeMar Hernandez, Yohili Ortiz, Dorian Hodge, along with Amir Blake will be the starting 5 for Passaic that are in the away black uniforms. Our officials this afternoon, Tom Fitzgerald, Reggie Johnson, and Ryan Curtis. Calhoun wins the opening tap over Amir Blake, and we are underway for the second game of our doubleheader this afternoon. Brookdale wants to get off to a quick start. They struggled in the last game offensively against Middlesex. Kick out to Randy Sutton, and Sutton was on the baseline. So not a very strong start for the Jersey Blues, and now Passaic will have an opportunity to get points on the board with their first offensive possession of the game. This is Dorian Hodge. Now swings it over to Lasik. A top of the key 3 is a little too strong. Offensive rebound by Blake. That doesn't go. And Tyler Hawkins, the point guard, grabs the rebound. Up ahead to Teray Gatling. Goes right at Lasik. Had it stripped. And Passaic comes up with it.
So Brookdale has started a little sloppy here with back-to-back turnovers.
Hodge to the rim. He gets it to go right over Jameer Calhoun. And Passaic has an early 2-0 lead.
Boy, Hodge just aggressively taking it. There was no stopping him as he went to the basket and got a tough shot to fall.
Sutton tried to feed it into Calhoun. Calhoun bobbled it. It's taken away, and a foul here at midcourt on Jordan Smith. It's the first team foul of the game on the Jersey Blues. First on Smith. And Passaic will inbound from midcourt. Hodge now again to the bucket. I don't know if that was a pass, but he lost it. It'll stay here with Passaic.
I thought Smith knocked that off of Hodge. And now the officials conferring. I think they might change the call, and they do correctly.
Coach Chizak jumped off the bench to plead his case, and he wins that argument. In his 27th season as head coach, got his 500th career win last season. Told me earlier this year his goal is to make it to the Region 19 Final Four. Brookdale in position to do that, but they need a win today as Sutton can't finish inside the paint, gets his own rebound, and he's fouled. Foul, I believe, will be on Amir Blake. And it will send Randy Sutton to the foul line. The 6'2 freshman from Harlem. Hits the first end of a 2-shot foul. Sutton is one of those sneaky players, Brian, that has worked his way into the starting rotation, but we really usually don't talk about Sutton that much. But then at the end of the game, you look down at the stat sheet and he's got like 10, 11 points.
Yeah, I like his game. He's an offensive contributor, and he does both roles well. He's kind of split time, whether he's come off the bench or been in the starting lineup, but just a guy who provides instant offense.
Ortiz with a nice jumper from the foul line, and Passaic regains the lead 4-2. Two minutes into the first half. Brookdale looking to pick up their 18th win of the year. Shot clock now is down to 10. Hawkins runs into Ortiz, no foul. Hawkins again inside is rejected. It'll stay here.
And the officials letting him play a little bit here as teams banging bodies a little bit. You see there Hawkins with Ortiz.
Only 3 seconds to shoot. Sutton hoists up a 3, and that's an air ball.
And you know, Passaic is one of those teams, we talk about a couple of different programs that regardless of where their record is, and they're a sub-500 team, but certain programs are just dangerous, and I think Passaic is one of those.
Well, remember, Passaic beat Brookdale 92-76 on December 8th. Earlier this season, it was one of the early losses that the Jersey Blues had. Things have changed. Brookdale has lost a few players along with the Panthers, but they are still a good team that I mentioned is fighting to stay above 500 as Ortiz inside. Count the basket as he's fouled by Jordan Smith. See Ortiz with the follow through, and for Smith, that'll be his second personal foul as Coach Chizak not upset with Jordan Smith, but upset instead with Randy Sutton. Ortiz not able to complete the three-point play, not even close on the attempt from the line. It remains a 6-2 Passaic lead. Ray Gatling with the drive. Front rim no good. Gatling got his own rebound, now kicks it out to Sutton for a corner 3. It goes for Randy Sutton.
And that's more like it for Sutton, who on his previous attempt came up with air. That time, though, a good shot from the outside for 3.
Ortiz, who's extremely dangerous, now kicks it out to Hernandez for a corner shot. Rims out, and Calhoun grabs the rebound.
Boy, that ball was halfway down, but just didn't go.
Hawkins. Long 2. Rebound Hernandez. Panthers looking to push with Ortiz to the rim, puts it up and in.
That's just how you play transition basketball there by the Panthers. Nice job by Ortiz and good teamwork there on the passing.
Contact at midcourt between Tyler Hawkins and Ortiz. No call. Smith, I believe, traveled. No, instead they're going to have a foul called on Passaic. Emilio Stevenson will come into the game for Jordan Smith. It's the first foul on Amir Blake. And some more issues as I believe we'll have another foul, if I'm not mistaken, on Passaic.
Or is it a clock issue?
It looked like Tom Fitzgerald had signaled for a foul. Instead, I think they will reset the shot clock, Brian. You're correct. They had it at 30. They put it down to 20. Sutton's able to corral that dangerous inbounds pass. Now Gatling inside, posting up, can't get it to drop. And the rebound to Hodge. Hodge lobbed it inside for Blake. It'll stay here with Passaic. Ortiz in the corner. And Hernandez is bumped. So fouls starting to add up quickly here for both sides. That's the third team foul on the Jersey Blues. We'll check the number. It might be on Sutton. If it is, it's his second. They'll actually call the foul instead on Tyler Hawkins. Jamar Hernandez swinging it around to Dorian Hodge. Down to the corner for Philip Lasik for three. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Another opportunity here for Passaic. To the rim was Hernandez, and Calhoun now is fouled once he gets the rebound. Slow start for both teams. Not a whole lot of up-tempo offense. Anthony Virgil, in his 8th season as head coach for Passaic, told me pre-game that's what he wants his team to bring to the floor this afternoon. We haven't quite seen that so far, albeit we're only 5 minutes into the first half. Hawkins with 7 to shoot. Finds Gatling at Ortiz, and he puts it in with some contact.
Yeah, the contact there created enough space for Gatling to get that shot away.
And Calhoun with an incredible rejection denies DeMar Hernandez inside. Calhoun getting off his feet. It'll stay here with Passaic with 25 to shoot. Same song, second verse, as it was deflected out of bounds. Now 23 to shoot for Passaic.
Calhoun's really the one shot blocking presence that Brookdale has on the court.
And who touched it last? It'll stay here with Passaic with 22 to shoot.
So you mean another song, another verse?
So same song, we're now on the third verse. We're running out of verses here. And a turnover. Sutton, right at Hodge. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for two. We were turning into a sonnet there. Foul is on Hodge. That's his first personal. And Randy Sutton, I mentioned just a moment ago, the 6'2 freshman will be at the foul line where he shoots 61% on the year. Not able to hit the first attempt from the line. Talked about Randy not being a flashy player, but can pick up points. He had 20 points against Philadelphia earlier this year when they came in here to play Brookdale in the middle of December. And Sutton ties the game up at 8. So again, if you're just joining us, Tim Catalfamo alongside Brian Goudsworth, the rest of our BTV crew. Second game of our doubleheader between the Brookdale Jersey Blues and the Passaic County College Panthers. Women's game was a hot one and certainly came down to the wire as Hernandez is able to hit the long three from the left arc. Coach Chizak burns a quick 30-second timeout. It was a fight after the game that certainly will be getting a lot of attention as we go into the next couple of days, possibly some penalties being handed down. As here it is again, watch Haley DeLonzo. This is after the final buzzer, some pushing and shoving, and then everything just completely goes bonkers as both benches get cleared. Coach Brunson and everyone else trying to corral everybody as it got ugly really fast, and unfortunately, I'm sure that Brookdale and Passaic will most likely have some repercussions coming from that fight at the end of the game that Brookdale was able to win. Crucial game on the women's side.
Well, you think you've seen it all, and then you get something like that.
Hawkins on the drive out of the timeout, the fadeaway. Doesn't drop. Calhoun, though, the quick bunny inside, and Brookdale's within one.
And you mentioned Calhoun a moment ago after the blocked shot, but I just think he's been that steady presence that Brookdale has needed, counting on him all season, game in, game out.
Nice find inside to Blake. Blake couldn't finish. He had several bodies on him, and Sutton scoops it up. Calhoun, the silky jumper that he's so good at, he knocks it down and he gives Brookdale the lead.
It really is. It's just silky smooth. He just has an effortless way of getting it off and just makes such a high percentage of it.
Hernandez pushed off on Sutton, or I'm sorry, Ortiz rather pushed off on Sutton. That'll be the 14th foul on Passaic and the second on Ortiz as Makai Morgan checks into the game for Tyler Hawkins. We haven't seen Morgan too often early on in the game, as you see Coach Chizak. Good look at him on the sidelines. Hawkins a little bit under the weather, he told me pregame, so we might see Makai Morgan a little more often, as a long two there from Morgan doesn't fall. And the rebound, Hernandez. Hodge nearly walked. Now Hernandez with a hand in his face, too strong. Gatling clears it for the Jersey Blues. Calhoun blocked, but he was fouled.
He just does everything smooth. I mean, that time just kind of a swoop to the hoop there as he was going through the paint, and now at the line.
So Jameer Calhoun, the 6'5" sophomore from Lakewood, New Jersey, will be at the line for a pair. Amir Blake picked up his second personal for Passaic, and if you're keeping track at home, that's now the 6th team foul on the Panthers. So they are one away from the bonus. Calhoun is not only a silky smooth jump shot, but he also is a shot blocker, as we've already seen in this game. He'll need to have a big night if Brookdale is going to be able to get away with a win in the Collins Arena. Emilio Stevenson also on the floor now for Brookdale. So resetting it for you, it's Morgan, Stevenson, Gatling, Randy Sutton, and Calhoun on the floor for the Jersey Blues. This is E.J. Jefferson, who just checked into the game for Passaic, and he ties it up at 13. Morgan kicks it to Stevenson. Back to Morgan, couldn't handle it, goes through his legs, out of bounds.
And Morgan, a guy who's kind of been in and out of the rotation at different points this season. It's trying to find some kind of a rhythm as Forbes is going to check in next whistle.
So we're seeing Coach Chizak go to his bench as Jordan Smith is on the Jersey Blues bench with 2 personal fouls. And we mentioned with Tyler Hawkins having some foul issues, as a 3 is made there by Dorian Hodge, and he was fouled from behind the line. So not only do you count the bucket, but now Dorian Hodge has an opportunity to complete the ultra-rare 4-point play. Let's take another look at this. Watch Hodge. It's Gatling there that got him on the arm. It's the first on Gatling, but that is a huge foul.
Late closeout from Gatling. Paul Chizak didn't think he got enough of Hodge on the shot attempt, but it doesn't matter.
And it's a 4-point swing. Stevenson nearly went back court, and he did. Just to clean up something that I was talking about a moment ago, Tyler Hawkins is not on the bench because he has foul issues. He's a little bit under the weather. It's Jordan Smith that's on the bench with 2 personal fouls, and that's why we're seeing players like Makai Morgan and Emilio Stevenson on the floor.
So Brookdale has to make do here with some players that don't typically play valuable minutes early on.
Ortiz, quick dump off to Jefferson, nowhere to go. Back out Hodge, the ball fake. 3 seconds in the paint on the Panthers, so a turnover there, as Hodge didn't even have a chance to try to add to his point total on the afternoon.
Yeah, I think they caught Ortiz there, camped out down low for too long.
Stevenson guarded by Lasik. Morgan able to, that's Stephon Forbes instead. Knocks down the 3, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, and Forbes, that's his game. Shooting the 3 off dribble penetration. He loves that catch and shoot, and he can make them.
And I believe a moving screen here on Passaic, as now the fouls are starting to add up. That's the 7th team foul, and now the 2nd personal on Dorian Hodge. So Forbes on the floor in place of Makai Morgan. Tyler Hawkins has also checked back into the game for Brookdale. Sutton, bounce pass to Gatling in transition. Gatling able to put it in for 2, and Brookdale regains the lead. 18-17, approaching the midway point of the first half. Hernandez, Jefferson, walked. Coach Chizak on the sidelines, pacing back and forth. Long three there from Stephon Forbes from the corner, doesn't fall. Gatling the rebound, he can't convert in the paint. And Hernandez takes it away now for Passaic, down by 1. Hodge with an explosive play to the bucket. He hits the side of the backboard. And now here comes Sutton running up the floor. Here he comes to the hole and he lays it in.
Yeah, explosive play on both ends. Hodge couldn't convert, but then Sutton on the mad dash to the basket gets the layup.
Ortiz answers right back with a left-hand layup. He thought that he got fouled. Passaic down by 1. Action has been close so far. Passaic did beat Brookdale the last time they played back in December, as Forbes is slammed into along the baseline. And this will be shots now from the line for Stephon Forbes as Passaic is in the bonus. It's on Ortiz, and that is the 3rd foul on Yohili Ortiz, which is a huge foul and a huge turning point for Passaic because he is one of their best shooters, averages 20 points a game. Forbes at the line can't hit the 1-and-1. Ortiz goes to the bench. Here's Lasik over Hawkins, offensive foul.
Yeah, I think Lasik just moving a little too fast there. Let's see if we get a second look. It's a good job by Hawkins setting the feet, going down, selling the charge call, and Brookdale has the basketball.
Good call by the officials. Jordan Smith, who has 2 personal fouls, checks in for Jameer Calhoun, who goes to the bench. A lot of players under the weather on both sides of the ball. There were a couple of players on the women's game that were under the weather. Talked about Tyler Hawkins, a couple of other players on the Brookdale side that haven't quite been feeling good. It is flu season, and I can speak from experience. It's not very fun if you get it this year, as Hodge gets the rebound after Hawkins couldn't convert inside. Passaic looking to push with Lasik. The tip-up goes inside for Dorian Hodge.
Yeah, Hodge is the one guy that has stood out for Passaic so far. He's just so fast with the ball in his hands, and that time just gets the tip in.
Sutton was looking for Smith. Gatling saved it out of bounds, but to the wrong man. And now at the other end of the floor, Hernandez couldn't handle the pass from Lasik. And that's another turnover for Passaic.
And one thing that Coach Anthony Virgil told us, the head coach of the Panthers, is he said it's been very much an up-and-down season for his team, but he felt the biggest Achilles heel was turnovers, and I think we're seeing those problems so far here in the first half.
Coach Virgil in his 8th season as Smith front end of the iron on that attempt from the foul line. Hodge, good defense there by Smith, but he's able to clear and go to the bucket with the left-hand layup. Dorian Hodge, impressive move, and Passaic takes a 3-point lead. Under 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Smith at the rim. No. Thought we got fouled, doesn't get the call. Now here comes Passaic. McGee to Lasik. It's a 5-point lead for Passaic, and Coach Chizak wants a timeout. With 8:19 remaining here in the first, it's a full timeout of the floor. Passaic leads 25-20. We'll be back to the Collins Arena after this.
Dankie dat je deel is van Brookdale.
You are welcome here.
از صمیم قلب همگی خوش آمدید.
You are welcome here.
Brookdale è davvero accogliente.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Brookdale 是个很好的地方，这里的老师还有 tutor 都非常友善。tutor 在帮助我学习很多的方面。
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
我哋好歡迎你過嚟我哋嘅學校讀書。
You are welcome here.
Bienvenido a Brookdale. Ven a Brookdale.
브룩데일에 오신 걸 환영합니다.
8:19 left here in the first half. Tim Califemo alongside Brian Goudsward. The rest of our BTV crew. Doubleheader this afternoon here in the Collins Arena, the final Saturday doubleheader of the regular season, as the Jersey Blues of Brookdale are squaring off against the Passaic County College Panthers. Passaic's got a 5-point lead. Out of the timeout, Brookdale's looking for some answers. Sutton now tried to dump it over to Calhoun. He got it back, but now the shot clock is winding down. Calhoun with contact. He'll go to the line. Coach Chizak, you get a good look at him there as Passaic now is in the double bonus despite being up by 5. Talked to him before the game. One of the big things that he told me was they have got to slow down Yohili Ortiz, which is arguably one of the better players on the Passaic side. He is currently on the bench with 3 personal fouls, so they haven't necessarily done a good job of slowing him down. It's been more Ortiz hurting himself with 3 personal fouls.
Yeah, and as a result, the guy who has stepped up is Dorian Hodge, who has been very impressive here in the first half, leading the way for the Panthers.
Hodge averages 17 points a game. Now inside, here's Hernandez with a nice floater off the glass and in over Randy Sutton.
A lot of times we see this, though, with Brookdale games where the first half, it just seems to take them some time before they hit their stride, and it's sometimes it isn't until the second half starts that they really start to catch fire, and that's kind of what we've seen so far. They've just kind of been languishing.
Hawkins threw it up there at the rim, didn't go. Now here's Hodge on the break to McGee in the corner for 3. Back iron no good. Weak side rebound Smith. Seven minutes to play here in the first half. Brookdale down by their largest deficit of 6. Sutton doesn't matter as he knocks down the 3. He'll have something to say about it, and it's with a emphatic 3 that now Brookdale pulls to within a possession of the Passaic County Panthers.
And that was just too easy for Sutton. He had nobody in the same area code defensively for Passaic and drills his second 3.
Goes through the legs of E.J. Jefferson. It'll stay here with the Panthers with 12 to shoot. Teray Gatling checks into the ball game for Jordan Smith. It's been a close game, but we really haven't seen that much energy. Fairly good crowd here in the Collins Arena on the opposite side of where our cameras are as the shot clock was down to 5. Top of the key 3 doesn't fall. But everyone has been fairly quiet, including both benches. Hawkins with a power move inside, gets it over to Calhoun, and once again, Calhoun with the silky jump shot inside. It's a 1-point game.
And just a great little jump step there by Hawkins as he got into the paint, dished it off to Calhoun, and the big man does the rest.
Hodge kicks it out to Hernandez, corner 3 again. DeMar Hernandez puts the Panthers back up by 4.
I'll tell you, one of the things that frustrates Paul Chizak more than most is allowing open 3-pointers. That just really seems to grind his gears.
Stephon Forbes answers right back with a 3 of his own. He's got 6 in the game, and Brookdale pulls to within 1. So some nice early minutes for Stephon Forbes, a player that usually comes off of the bench for the Jersey Blues. Hernandez has his pocket picked. Hawkins on the break, blew the dunk. Forbes is knocked down hard to the floor after he grabbed the rebound by Hernandez.
Boy, Hawkins trying to throw down a tomahawk there. I'm not sure. It's probably better served there to just go up for a layup or just an easier dunk, looking for the highlight, and it backfired.
So Stephon Forbes now will find his way at the foul line as it's the second now on DeMar Hernandez. Forbes completes the first attempt from the line. I mentioned Passaic is in the double bonus, so Brookdale will be shooting 2 from the line for the remainder of this half. The 5'10" sophomore from East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Shoots 40% from behind the 3-point line. But we talked about him not having that much time on the floor. He's getting some early minutes here, and So far, he's been able to contribute pretty nicely.
Yeah, and I think shooters, one thing they need is just some time to get into a rhythm, and once they have that, good shooters will eventually find the range.
Hawkins again on the attack. He puts it in. And Brookdale regains the lead by 2. It's been a close one as we're under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Jemani McGee hands off to Hernandez, and Hernandez is fouled by Smith, and Smith now picks up his 3rd. Substitutions upcoming. Randy Sutton will check in for Jordan Smith, who's got no choice. He'll go to the bench. Amir Blake also comes into the game for Damar Hernandez for Passaic. Wide open free for McGee. Doesn't matter before he was on the baseline. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, this is going to be a foul on Passaic away from the ball on E.J. Jefferson. That's his 2nd.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there because I was focused on where the ball was, but clearly the foul coming away from the corner there.
Head official Tom Fitzgerald making the call on the floor. Gatling. Kind of a circus shot. A little short on the attempt. Now here comes Hodge. Goes around Gatling. Goes around Sutton. Count the bucket. A little of a delayed reaction from the Jersey Blues bench. Coach Chizak is arguing that was a charge. The foul is on Tyler Hawkins. Coach Chizak is not happy. Actually, excuse me, it's not on Hawkins, it's on Sutton. That's his 1st. And now Dorian Hodge, the 6'1 sophomore from Wayne, tries to complete the 3-point play, and he does. Tell you what, Brian, back and forth we go. Passaic came ready to play.
I was thinking the same thing. They really did for a team that's under 500, but still something to play for in the region. They're showing it in this game so far.
Gatling's gone cold from around the perimeter. Another missed jumper. Now here comes Hodge. Hodge may have gotten fouled from behind. No call on the floor. Who touched it last? It's Passaic ball with 20 to shoot. Mentioned how Brookdale is coming off of a tough loss to Middlesex County on February 5th. Hodge squares up for a 3. That's no good. Jefferson the rebound, and he's fouled. Middlesex beat Brookdale 91-78. But the thing about that game, Brian, was Brookdale had a 16-point lead in the second half. They gave it away in the closing minutes. They had issues at the foul line, and it was a big loss for them in conference because it dropped them a spot in the standings, and they would have had an opportunity to take down Middlesex, which currently sits 2nd.
Yeah, I remember you and I doing that game, and in the second half they built up that lead and everything was working, and then suddenly the switch just flipped for Middlesex and they took over the game, and you almost got the sense Brookdale was a little bit stunned coming out of that game because they very rarely lose at the Collins Arena, let alone a game where they have a big lead.
Tyler Hawkins for 3, and we're tied up again at 35. Both teams shooting fairly well in this first half. It's been a slow-moving one. We haven't seen as much up-tempo offense as we were expecting. There's another turnover here for Passaic. Brookdale looking to run. Hawkins behind the back, trying to do everything but score there, and now here comes Passaic with some numbers. Hodge, the reverse layup. On the baseline was Blake. Another turnover. Let's watch here. Tyler Hawkins trying to go behind the back, almost trying to do too much there, Brian, and just lost control of the basketball.
Yeah, he went behind the back and he handled the initial dribble, and then it got poked away afterwards, leading to the turnover.
Gatling now kicks it out to Stephon Forbes for 3. Forbes is on fire, and Brookdale now leads by 3.
And boy, that's really a weapon that Brookdale can have in the bigger games once they get into the region tournament. and even potentially the Nationals. If Forbes can contribute like that, that adds a big dimension to what this team does offensively.
Calhoun commits the foul, and he knew it. Like a man that got his hand stuck in the cookie jar. That's the second on Calhoun, and it will send Amir Blake to the foul line. The 6'8" freshman from Newark. Big body in Amir Blake. He's got 70 blocks on the year, which actually, believe it or not, is fifth in NJCAA Division III play. Second attempt, though, doesn't go. Khalil Campbell checks into the game for the Jersey Blues as Jameer Calhoun goes to the bench. So Brookdale utilizing the large bench that they have in the early portions of this game. Sutton thought about a three, now tried to force it to Gatling, and it's taken away by McGee. Passaic trying to tie things up. Stephon Forbes gets knocked down to the floor hard, and it's an offensive foul, clearly. And Brookdale will get the ball back.
Yeah, I don't think that was really as much a case of Forbes being set as it was him just getting completely plowed over.
Campbell rather can't handle the pass. As Coach Chizak is yelling out some instructions to his players. That's the third foul, by the way, on E.J. Jefferson. Passaic is just killing themselves with these fouls. They hit the double bonus very early on, and now many players are in foul trouble, and we still have a full half of basketball to go. Jefferson, who's playing with 3 fouls, right at Gatling. Shot clock is now down to 10. Hodge, the spinner, goes for Dorian Hodge. Wow, what a shot.
What a shot, and what a half in general that he has had. The latest basket tying the score once again.
Gatling, who hasn't made a 3 all year, halfway down on that one, and the rebound to Blake.
Almost had his first.
And now Passaic will take their time with a tie game. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Passaic is coming off a win against Monroe College in the Bronx a few days ago, 91-87. Looking to build on that. They are at 500 in conference. They need to stay at 500 to make the Region 19 tournament as Gatling inside gives Brookdale the lead, back by 2. Under a minute left to play here in the first half. McGee guarded by Forbes. Jefferson put the ball on the floor. He's fouled. So there'll be 2 shots upcoming for E.J. Jefferson, the 6'3" freshman from Montclair. Place that you know fairly well, Brian, I'm sure.
That's right.
It's on this second on Gatling for the Jersey Blues, as Jefferson makes the first attempt from the line. He had 16 points against Middlesex, a very good team in the conference, on January 8th, and he averages around 1 block a game, which may sound low, but for a player that only averages about 8 points a game, it's a pretty good average to have. He's a big body downstairs at 6'3". And as it turns out, a pretty good foul shooter as he makes both from the line. We're tied at 40. Sutton trying to do it all himself. Traveled. Sutton going right at Hernandez, and nice job by Hernandez moving his feet and not reaching. And now Passaic, they can't hold for the final shot as there's maybe a half a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, but they can milk this down to about a second left in the first half. Clock down to 8. McGee threw it away. Here comes Sutton and the Jersey Blues up the other end of the floor. Sutton has it blocked away, but he was fouled. Coach Virgil arguing the call on the sidelines, and I have to agree. I don't know if there was really that much contact there for Sutton to go to the foul line, but It will be 2 more shots upcoming for the freshman, and it's the 3rd foul now on Dorian Hodge. So everyone in foul trouble on the Passaic side. Sutton rims down on the first attempt.
Well, Passaic maxed out in the foul number at probably about the 5 or 6 minute mark here in the first half, so there have been a ton of fouls on both ends.
Sutton, second attempt is good. 41-40. Passaic has got 2.9 seconds to put up a shot. Hodge, the half-court prayer. Oh, almost goes for Dorian Hodge. And that'll end the first half. 41-40 is the score. Not that much energy, Brian, as far as up-tempo offense is concerned, but both teams shooting fairly well in the first half. And we're in a position where Brookdale and Passaic, it doesn't really seem to matter who has the lead, because by the time one team gets the lead, the other team will come roaring back to retake it. So it's really kind of just been a back-and-forth game all afternoon long.
Yeah, no team has really been able to separate themselves from the other. Brookdale started slow. Passaic kind of controlled things for the better part of the first half of the first 10 minutes, I should say. And then Brookdale kind of found their rhythm again, and really it was led by Stephon Forbes. I mean, the number of three-pointers he made, off-dribble penetration, he loves that catch and shoot. It was Forbes from the outside and Calhoun on the inside that really did much of the damage offensively for Brookdale.
Stephon Forbes trying to wind himself on the cover of Ford magazine. He's got 10 points in the first half. Brookdale leads by 1, 41-40. We'll have a halftime break and come back for the second half on BTV after this.
You are very welcome here.
Bienvenue à Brookdale. Nous vous accueillons avec plaisir dans notre communauté.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
नमस्ते, ब्रुकडेल में आपका स्वागत है.
You are welcome here. Come, be a part of Brookdale.
It felt like I was actually in the virtual reality game, like I was on a real live roller coaster. I was going upside down, I was feeling the wind in my hair. It was amazing. Oh my God, that was so cool. I love it. Thank you so much.
My name is Matthew Walker and my major is computer science. This event has been pretty fun so far. I enjoyed the VR quite a bit.
I like how you feel like the motion, like you see where you're going, and I was sweating because I thought it was real because the VR headset. I'd probably do it again.
My name is Rebecca Nestor. I'm the Vice President of Student Life Board. We plan these events during college hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays, from 11:30 to 1:15. So we have pumpkin carving contest where you can win prizes. We also have free apple cider, free water, and free popcorn.
We have pumpkin painting that's going on right now. One of the things that makes Brookdale really great and unique is the involvement of our students in student life and activities.
My name is Brendan Gillespie. I'm here at the Brookdale Student Life Pumpkin Carving. I'm president of the theater club here. This is my second year as a student here at Brookdale. I'm on the executive board of Haunted Theater. Just to be able to do this as a student is so much fun.
Today I am carving a pumpkin for the first time. I'm going to do a simple face on it, and I'm saving the pumpkin seeds to eat them later on.
Our top winners are number 4, number 6, and number 16.
If you're looking to have fun and meet, If you're looking to have fun and meet some people with the same interests as you came to the right place. Here at Brookdale, we have the Involvement Fair where over 30 different clubs and activities are showing students what they're all about and trying to recruit new members. If you like math, poetry, writing, theater, odds are you find the group that's right for you. Let's go check it out.
My name is Justice Lawless, and I'm here looking at all the clubs. So far, I saw the Outdoor Sports Club, the Student Life Board, and the Education Club.
And my name is Isaiah Brinson, and I am the treasurer for the Architecture Society. Our goal is to try to bring in the incoming students who are interested in architecture, get them accustomed, pair them up with a second year so they understand and so they know, like sort of like a guide or a mentor to help them out during their first year.
My name is Bailey. I'm the president of Theater Club. What we do every week is we do a lot of improvisational games. And there's no experience necessary, no participation necessary. If you just want to come and have fun, then that's kind of what we're here for. This semester, we've also made it a point to kind of switch things up a bit. So we have like a t-shirt day, we're celebrating Halloween and Thanksgiving, and we have a partnership with Alliance. So we have a date where we're going to collaborate.
I'm really interested in performing arts, so I was looking at like theater club and a cappella, but I've seen clubs that have to do with like anime, and there's like all different types for literally every interest.
Yeah. Ooh, yes! Well, guys, I think I found the club that's right for me. To learn more, visit our website at brookdalecc.edu. I'm Sophia Pearl with Brookdale Television. Thanks for watching. Oh, na, na, na. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo!
Let's go!
This is not your ordinary community college. This is an education for the 21st century, a college that learns from industry trends and adapts to the changing job market. This is a group of acclaimed professors and a staff who will stand at your side and help you kick down any door you choose. This is where you can learn a new skill or earn a degree, online or in person, at 6 locations across Monmouth County. This is not your ordinary community college. This is Brookdale. This is college redefined. This is success reimagined.
Come be a part of the Brookdale community, where students from all countries and backgrounds are accepted.
Jesteście tutaj mile widziani.
You are welcome here.
Você é enviado aqui e obrigado por fazer parte de nossa comunidade.
You are welcome here.
Você é bem-vindo aqui. Obrigada por fazer parte da Brookdale.
You are welcome here.
Jij is welkom hier en dankie dat je deel is van Brookdale.
You are welcome here.
از صمیم قلب همگی خوش آمدید.
You are welcome here.
Brookdale è davvero accogliente.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Brookdale 是个很好的地方，这里的老师还有 tutor 都非常友善。tutor 在帮助我学习很多的方面。
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
我哋好歡迎你過嚟我哋嘅學校讀書。
You are welcome here.
Bienvenido a Brookdale. Ven a Brookdale.
브룩데일에 오신 걸 환영합니다.
You are welcome here.
You are very welcome here.
Bienvenue à Brookdale. Nous vous accueillons avec plaisir dans notre communauté.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Namaste. Brookdale में आपका स्वागत है.
You are welcome here. Come, be a part of Brookdale.
It felt like I was actually in the virtual reality game, like I was on a real live roller coaster. I was going upside down, I was feeling the wind in my hair. It was amazing. Oh my god, that was so cool. I love it. Thank you so much.
My name is Matthew Walker and my major is computer science. This event has been pretty fun so far. I enjoyed the VR quite a bit.
I like how you feel like the motion, like you see where you're going, and I was sweating because I thought it was real because the VR headset. I'd probably do it again.
My name is Rebecca Nestor. I'm the Vice President of Student Life Board. We plan these events during college hours, Tuesdays and Thursdays, from 11:30 to 1:15. So we have pumpkin carving contest where you can win prizes. We also have free apple cider, free water, and free popcorn.
We have pumpkin painting that's going on right now. One of the things that makes Brookdale really great and unique is the involvement of our students in student life and activities.
My name is Brennan Gillespie. I'm here at the Brookdale Student Life Pumpkin Carving. I'm president of the theater club here. This is my second year as a student here at Brookdale. I'm on the executive board of Haunted Theater. Just to be able to do this as a student is so much fun.
Today I am carving a pumpkin for the first time. I'm going to do a simple face on it, and I'm saving the pumpkin seeds to eat them later on.
Our top winners are number 4, number 6, and number 16.
If you're looking to have fun and meet If you're looking to have fun and meet some people with the same interest as you came to the right place. Here at Brookdale, we have the Involvement Fair where over 30 different clubs and activities are showing students what they're all about and trying to recruit new members. If you like math, poetry, writing, theater, odds are you find the group that's right for you. Let's go check it out.
My name is Justice Lawless, and I'm here looking at all the clubs. So far, I saw the Outdoor Sports Club, the Student Life Board, and the Education Club.
And my name is Isaiah Brinson, and I am the treasurer for the Architecture Society. Our goal is to try to bring in the incoming students who are interested in architecture, get them accustomed, pair them up with a second year so they understand and so they know, like sort of like a guide or a mentor to help them out during their first year.
My name is Bailey. I'm the president of Theater Club. What we do every week is we do a lot of improvisational games. And there's no experience necessary, no participation necessary. If you just want to come and have fun, then that's kind of what we're here for. This semester, we've also made it a point to kind of switch things up a bit. So we have like a t-shirt day. We're celebrating Halloween and Thanksgiving, and where we have have a partnership with Alliance, so we have a date where we're going to collaborate.
I'm really interested in performing arts, so I was looking at theater club and a cappella, but I've seen clubs that have to do with anime, and there's all different types for literally every interest.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yes. Well, guys, I think I found the club that's right for me. To learn more, visit our website at brookdalecc.edu. I'm Sophia Pearl with Brookdale Television. Thanks for watching. Oh, na, na, na. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo!
Let's go!
And we're back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena, getting ready to start the second half of action here in our doubleheader this afternoon on BTV. I'm Tim Califamo alongside Brian Gouts with the Brookdale Jersey Blues. Currently lead the Passaic County Panthers 41-40. And Brian, this is a close game coming down to the wire, a critical game for Passaic and for Brookdale for two totally different reasons. Who do you like in the second half?
Well, home bias would say Brookdale, but now you have to like the Jersey Blues because we talked about it in the first half. Sometimes Brookdale doesn't get off to the best of starts in games, but then they start to hit their stride around the end of the first half, which I think they started to do. But then the second half is a lot of times they come out after you get the halftime adjustments from the coaching staff, and this is where we typically see them explode.
Well, we'll see if Passaic can do anything with Brookdale. They hung around with the Jersey Blues as there's Hodge, who led the team at halftime with 14 points. He's now got 16, and Passaic goes back up by 1.
And he's done it in a variety of ways. He's done it on tip-ins, but a lot of driving to the basket, and he's shown that he could finish with the best of them.
Calhoun, the jumper, doesn't get the lucky roll. And Passaic now with an opportunity to add to their lead. Hernandez on the drive. High off the glass, no good. Tip-up doesn't go by Blake, and Calhoun squares it down for the rebound. Hawkins may have been bumped from behind by Hernandez, no call. Hawkins goes coast to coast and can't finish. Now here's Lasik. Ortiz, who was on the bench for the majority of the first half with 3 fouls. Flips it out to Lasik. Left wing three is good. Philip Lasik now makes it a 4-point lead for the Panthers to open up the second half.
So not what Brookdale had in mind to start the second half, but obviously plenty of time to find their rhythm offensively.
Sutton, the bounce pass to Calhoun, wide open inside, and he easily, mini dunk, maybe we'll call that. He didn't really throw it down, but it counts for 2.
Just a perfect two-man game execution there with Sutton finding Calhoun.
Ortiz, the 3, that's way too strong. It goes over the top of the backboard, and they'll go back to Brookdale. So I mentioned that Dorian Hodge led the Panthers at halftime with 14 points. He now has 16. Randy Sutton was the halftime leader for the Jersey Blues with 13. Stephon Forbes, who's now got the basketball, his first double digits, I believe, all season, as he had 10. Hawkins can't hit the fadeaway. Gatling too far underneath the basket. Coach Verzel wanted a traveling call, and now a traveling call on Stephon Forbes.
Forbes stepping into a 2-point attempt there, which is something he doesn't often do. A lot of times likes to settle for jumpers behind the arc.
Hodge, the long 3 is good. Dorian Hodge, who averages 17 a game, he's eclipsed that, and he is shooting lights out for the sophomore.
And just not enough defense there for Brookdale. You got to get a hand in his face. He's shown the ability as a shot maker. There's got to be an adjustment defensively.
Brookdale was worried about Yohili Ortiz. Instead, it's been Hodge that has been the bulk of the offense for the Panthers. Gatling again can't convert inside. It's been a tough day for Teray Gatling. Ortiz taken away by Sutton. Up ahead to Gatling. Let's see if he can redeem himself. He does, but he'll get fouled. So he earns himself a trip to the foul line. As here's that last 3 from Hodge. Good form. And now Teray Gatling, the 6'5" sophomore from Paterson, New Jersey. First one from the line is good. Shoots 69% on the year. Had a triple-double against Rockland Community College, a team that Brookdale blew out several days ago back here in the Collins Arena, 92-62. And it's a three-point game. Ortiz, a nice scoop layup. Nobody picked him up as he went right around Sutton. Brookdale was in a man-to-man defense.
It was just a great move by Ortiz, and as you mentioned, he was the guy Paul Chizek's put the spotlight on pre-game, saying they have to do a good job defending him, and there he shows off what he can do.
Forbes kicked it in to Calhoun, and Calhoun lays it in. It's a three-point game. Lasik again from the corner. Halfway down the cylinder. Calhoun trying to get it up to Gatling and just not on the same page as it goes through the hands of Teray.
Yeah, you want to have more arc on that pass there. He threw that one with too much mustard, and it couldn't be handled.
Coach Hawthorne on the sidelines, the assistant coach in the white. The ball was headed right for his head. He didn't flinch in the least bit. Hernandez, tough pass inside. It was partially tipped away by Gatling, but the officials will say it was last touched by Lasik. So it's a three-point game still. Brookdale can tie on this possession if they get a three. Coach Chizak calling out a play from the sidelines. Hawkins one-on-one with Hernandez to the rim. Too strong. And it doesn't fall off the glass. Sutton, a nice play getting back on defense. And now here come the Jersey Blues the other way. Forbes, catch and shoot, short. Gatling the rebound, it's denied inside, and a foul on the backcourt on Stefan Forbes. Coach Chizak arguing with the officials. Our officials this afternoon, Tom Fitzgerald, Reggie Johnson, and Ryan Curtis.
Yeah, he makes many a friend with the officials, doesn't he?
Chizak told me pregame, talking about how they have to stop Ortiz. He also said that his team has got to get to the glass more and attack the rim. That has been the game plan for the Jersey Blues as they drop into a 2-3 zone here on this defensive possession. Lasik traveled, and he turns it over for Passaic as there is Anthony Virgil there on the sideline, sending a quick text message, I would assume. In the middle of the game, Coach? Come on now.
It's not somebody on the court that he's texting, is it? But I don't see anyone picking up their phones.
Anthony Virgil, a good guy, 8th season as head coach. His team, remember a couple of years ago, was the #1 seed in the Region 19 Conference in the 2016-2017 season, and they lost to Camden in the semifinals. Brian and I had that call. That was a shocker at that time. He's trying to take his team back to the tournament. They need a win today to stay in 500, above 500, I should say, as Lasik can't hit the three from the left wing. It's a one-point game. Sutton is fouled.
Yeah, he took a swipe on the arm there, making that layup attempt more difficult.
Watch this again. Sutton attacking the rim. The foul will be on Amir Blake. That'll be his 4th. We talked about in the first half the issues for Passaic. Getting into the double bonus very early on, and many teams, or many players, I should say, on their team in foul trouble as Sutton can't hit the first attempt from the line, shooting 61%.
Oh, the power went out. Oh, it's back.
Had a little minor technical issue there. But I mentioned that Passaic is a team that had a lot of issues in foul, had a lot of players, I should say, can't even speak straight, had a lot of players in foul trouble in the first half. Now they are continuing to shoot themselves in the foot. In the second, Hodge May have been partially blocked by Calhoun, but E.J. Jefferson puts it home, and now a foul here. Will this be an N1? I think this will go against Passaic instead. I didn't quite see what happened, but it's the 4th foul that will be charged to Dorian Hodge. Wow. So it's Hodge with 4 personal fouls remaining on the floor. Another foul. This time it goes against Calhoun for a moving screen. Coach Chizak, of course, contesting the call. Tom Fitzgerald getting an earful there on the sidelines, and Tom doesn't even bat an eyelid, as he's pretty used to that by now.
He just never fails to entertain. I mean, if only we had a camera on him, like just focused on him the entire game, that would be quite some footage.
Ortiz got his own rebound miraculously. Extra pass out to McGee. Nice close out there by Gatling. Now here's Ortiz attacking the rim right at Calhoun, and he makes it count. Passaic now back up by 4. Sutton, long 2. Front rim no good. Rebound Lasik. Brookdale's gone cold, and now time is starting to go by as Passaic is slowly adding to their lead. Ortiz was denied inside, but he kept possession. McGee to the rim, and a foul late on the floor against Calhoun.
Yeah, that was a very late whistle, which is, I think, why Paul Chizak has his arms thrown out in the air.
And it's the 4th on Jameer Calhoun. He's going straight to the bench. It was extremely late.
And it's big because, as you mentioned, Calhoun now with 4 personals, and so much of what this Brookdale team does runs through Calhoun, whether it's pick and roll, finding him underneath, finding him along the outside on the baseline where he makes his jumpers, and having him off the floor is really shows an impact.
Coach Chizak still contesting the call on the sidelines. His team is slowly seeing what lead that they had, however little it was, at halftime dwindle. They led by 1 at halftime, 41-40. Passaic now has mounted a charge in the second half. They lead by 6. Jordan Smith on the floor. Rattles in a 2. Brookdale desperately needed that. They're back within 4.
Yeah, and Smith, I think that's his first points. He's been awfully quiet all game. Oh!
Another rejection back on the other end of the floor. Smith comes up big. A bucket and a rejection for Jordan Smith.
It's nothing that'll ooh and ah a crowd more in basketball than an emphatic blocked shot like that.
Well, we've seen Smith come up big this year, several rejections. He was a player that joined mid-season along with Tyler Hawkins.
I'll tell you, they're pretty fun to call, too.
Ortiz, the 3, no. Last touched, goes to Passaic instead. I thought that was Hernandez that last touched that out of bounds, but they'll go back to the Panthers with a fresh 30. Hernandez throws it away. I think Brookdale is lucky, Brian, to be only down by 4 right now with how poorly they have shot the last several minutes.
Yeah, and are going to have to find some answers without their most steady player, Jameer Calhoun. Now, with 4 fouls and this amount of time left, you have to look for, like, Stephon Forbes, who's on the court, found a rhythm earlier on in the game to try to get going again.
Teray Gatling is fouled inside, and he will go to the line for 2. And I mentioned a moment ago the fouls now coming back to bite Passaic in the second half, and it is now the 4th on E.J. Jefferson. So Jefferson has 4. He may come out of the game. I say may because I don't see anybody at the scores table. Hodge is on the bench with 4 for Passaic. Gatling, who averages 14 a game, 82 assists on the season. Knocks them both down from the line, and it's a 1-possession game. Approaching 12 minutes to play. McGee. Nowhere to go, trying to go at Gatling rather, and now he'll back it out to Ortiz. Runs right into Forbes, and Forbes comes up with the ball. Sutton out to Gatling, to the rim. Teray Gatling ties it up at 56.
Yeah, that wasn't the prettiest fast break Brookdale has ever had in their history of the program, but hey, it worked for 2 points for Gatling.
Definitely discombobulated, but it counts. It's a tie game. And a mini 6-0 run for the Jersey Blues. Tipped up again, ball loose, Smith comes down with it. Brookdale again on the run. Gatling flips it over to Sutton. It's a lead now, 8-0 run for Brookdale, and a timeout is taken by Passaic. Gatling with another assist on the year, and Sutton continues to pad his efforts this afternoon. 11:25 to play. We'll take a break from the Collins Arena and back after this. I want to remind you that our telecast this afternoon is brought to you by Joyce's Subs and Pizza, located in Lincroft, New Jersey on Newman Springs Road. You can call 732-741-9660. That's okay, Brian. I know this memorized by heart now. Or go online at joycessubsandpizza.com. Brian was trying to help me out, push the promotional advertisement towards me. I have that memorized by heart now. I wake up in the middle of the night saying that. As a rattling in another jumper is McGee, and Passaic out of the timeout goes back up by 2.
And then do you find yourself wanting to have some pizza?
Hawkins to the rim. He's fouled. Much to the dismay of the Passaic County crowd here in attendance. It's now the 5th team foul, and on Passaic, there's not really many other players that aren't now in foul trouble as Hernandez picks up his 3rd. So Tyler Hawkins now at the foul line. First attempt is no good. Hawkins has struggled. That has been his Achilles heel, as you see the coach for the Passaic County Panthers, Anthony Virgil, on the sidelines. Hawkins only shooting 50% from the line as he misses them both. It's been an area he's been desperately trying to improve upon. No luck that time, though, from the line. Lasik may have walked there, no call. And now Jordan Smith grabs the rebound and a foul. Fouls continuing to add up here for the Panthers. It's the 2nd on Lasik, so he's okay to remain on the floor, but Coach Virgil, when he looks back at his bench, he really doesn't have anywhere else to go because everyone else seems to be in foul trouble.
That's the way this game has gone. It started pretty early on. You have to make adjustments as a result.
Smith to the rack and one. No, they go on an offensive foul. Wow. Let's watch this again. Is this an offensive foul?
No chance.
Probably a good call. But it's the 4th on Smith. Scoreboard hasn't updated yet. It's not a tie game. Brookdale, I believe, is still down by 2, if I'm not mistaken. As we approach the midway point of the first half. Blocked away by Randy Sutton. Now here comes Hawkins the other way to the rim. The reverse layup doesn't go. And E.J. Jefferson, the rebound. Jefferson flips it out to Lasik, the 3. Rebound Sutton. And now Sutton was on the baseline. And I think Coach Virgil will burn a timeout here with 9:52 remaining. The scoreboard is correct. I apologize. I was under the impression that the Jersey Blues were down by 2. as there have been some clock issues in this game. A couple of scoring errors as well in the women's game. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here on BTV. 9:52 remaining. We talked about how crucial this is of a game for Brookdale, trying to remain inside the top 5 in the Region 19 conference standings. They're 17-8 overall, 14-7 in conference play. But more importantly for Passaic, this is a critical game because as it stands right now, Passaic, if the Region 19 tournament were to start today, they would be the last team in because they are 11-11 in conference play. You have to be above 500 either overall or in conference. If they lose today, they have a game upcoming against Bergen that they would have to win in order to qualify for the tournament. So a lot on the line for Anthony Virgil's team. Ortiz to the rim, short, got his own rebound and puts it up and in. Not giving up on the play, and now Passaic goes back in front by 2. Sutton threw it away. Ortiz is fouled by Emilio Stevenson. About 15 feet away from the bucket. And I believe this will only be the first foul on Stevenson as he just checked in. It is, and the 5th now in the Jersey Blues. Khalil Campbell comes out for Jordan Smith. Shot clock down to 7 here for Passaic. Hernandez, the 3, follows his shot, puts it up. That one rolls off the rim, but nice hustle to follow your shot. There was nobody there to box out. Forbes in the corner. This one's short.
I mean, Brookdale is just allowing too many offensive rebounds. I mean, we're seeing Passaic get far too many second and third chances on their end of the floor. Nice save.
Forbes tried to save it, but he couldn't get it to one of his teammates. And now a whistle. Not sure if this is a foul. I'm not quite sure what the call is on the floor. It looked like the official had blown the whistle for the clock, and I think that's what it is. They reset the shot clock from 29 to 27. Coach Chizak breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. He thought that was another foul on one of his players. Passaic up by 2. And now a traveling call on Hernandez. Anthony Virgil now shakes his head on the sidelines. Stevenson, 4-3. It has not been a very good night for Emilio Stevenson. He hasn't played too many minutes in the game, but unable to contribute on that end of the floor. It'll stay here with Passaic with 22 to shoot after a nice rejection there by Randy Sutton. Stevenson comes out, Sutton comes out, Smith and Hawkins are back on the floor for Brookdale. Jefferson. Spinning on his pivot foot, puts it up, front rim, no good, and Gatling the rebound. Gatling tried to throw it to Forbes. Got it back. Campbell, foul line jumper, fouled his shot. Puts it on the floor again. Forbes thought about a 3, and now will back out and reset.
And Campbell knew he missed it. He was already running toward the basket right after he released the shot to create the second chance.
Smith on the attack is fouled inside. And now that is the 7th foul on Passaic, so they are in the bonus. But this will be a 2-shot foul for Jordan Smith because it occurred in the act of shooting as McGee picks up his first personal. So Jordan Smith, the 6'2 sophomore from Hazlet, New Jersey, at the foul line, rims out. You know, in the last game that Brookdale played against Middlesex, they had issues from the foul line, Brian, and we're already starting to see there's been a couple of critical misses, and in a tight game like this, you can't leave too many of those points on the table. Smith, usually a pretty good foul shooter at 74%, can't hit either one.
Yeah, that Middlesex game, it almost became an epidemic. They just could not make a free throw. They were shooting under 50%. As you said, giving away so many points in a tight game, that oftentimes can be the difference between a win and a loss.
Ortiz directing traffic, goes around the high ball screen. Now kicks out to Lasik. Shot clock is down to 5. Hodge with 4 fouls, with 3. McGee with 1. It doesn't go, and that'll be a shot clock violation. Passaic has had opportunities to add to their lead, but they're keeping the door wide open for Brookdale as we're under 7 minutes to play.
Yeah, this game has been stuck on this 60-58 score now for it seems like quite a few minutes.
Smith had position a little bit too far underneath the basket. He recovers, but he can't finish, and he's on the baseline again. It's like pulling teeth for both of these two squads, just trying to get some type of offense.
Yeah, and both teams missing shots from in close. It hasn't even been 3-point attempts. They're getting to the basket. There's just been a lack of an ability to finish.
Ortiz. Now to McGee. Inside, Hernandez. Tried to adjust with bodies around him. Can't get it to fall. Now here comes Gatling to the rim. He lays it in. We're tied at 60. Nobody back on defense, and Hodge answers at the other end.
That's a very rare mistake for Brookdale. You do not see them get beat on the fast break off a made basket on their end. That is just not something that you see very often.
And once again, Brookdale finds themselves down by 2. Hawkins, with contact, gets it to fall. Another far out pass to Hodge, and he finishes at the other end, and the foul.
Boy, this Hodge is something else, though, making like a wide receiver, reeling in that long pass, gathering it in, that time finishing with the left hand, and a chance to add one more. As this game continues to, no team can find any kind of separation whatsoever. It's someone's up by 2, then it's tied up by 2, and so on. Well, now up by 3.
It's the foul on Khalil Campbell. That's his first personal and the 6th team foul. Randy Sutton is coming in for the next substitution for the Jersey Blues. Forbes now into the corner for Smith. Smith, left elbow jumper, way off the mark, not even close, and Hernandez the rebound. And now Passaic with a 3-point lead can take a little bit more time on their possession. They're not going to, and Ortiz makes the 3. Timeout, Coach Chizak.
Ortiz says, I'm not taking any time. I'm just going to pull the trigger right here. And Passaic all of a sudden has opened things up.
It's a full timeout on the floor, 5:06 to play. Back on BTV after this.
Brookdale Community College, the power to provide accessibility to over 60 degree and certification classes on campus and online, to provide a rich community of faculty and student life, to provide affordability through financial aid, scholarships, and grants. Brookdale Community College, the power to provide you the access, affordability, and community to reach your education goals. Join us March 31st from 1 to 4 at our Spring Open House. RSVP today at brookdalecc.edu/open house.
Brookdale Community.
Back here in the Collins Arena, 5:06 to play. Tim Kettlefam alongside Brian Goudsworth at Passaic leads 68-62. They have been flat out dominating in the second half after being down by 1 at halftime. Coach Chizak for the Jersey Blues just took a full timeout, and Brookdale will have to try to find a way to claw their way out of this one. They are trying to not drop 2 games in a row at home. That has not happened in nearly 3 years, back-to-back, as Smith inside converts inside. It's a 4-point lead for the Panthers. Brookdale now goes back to a 2-3 zone. Hodge, who remember is playing with 4 fouls, now to Ortiz, who's had the hot hand, had his own rebound, and puts it up. This time it rolls out. See if Brookdale can capitalize. Hawkins may have gotten away with extending the arm there. He keeps it himself and goes to the rim and scores. Mini 4-0 run for the Jersey Blues. Ortiz over Smith, offensive foul. And Ortiz is hurt on the other end of the floor. I think he got hit in the groin. As we'll take a look at this again. Ortiz, that is his 4th foul.
Yeah, he's in some discomfort.
Anthony Virgil coming out halfway out of the court to take a look, and Ortiz waves him off. He's still in pain. Mentioned a moment ago, Brookdale on a mini 4-0 run. Out of that timeout, Smith to the hole, he puts it in, we're tied up. 68 all, and just like that, Brookdale has clawed themselves back into the game.
Yeah, just down 6 points, and since that timeout, you often see it's a momentum changer as Brookdale's gone on a run of their own to get back even.
We've got a good one here in the Collins Arena. Hodge now with the shot clock down to 12. Goes over Hawkins, no call. Hawkins may have flopped, and in the corner, Lasik hits the 3. Philip Lasik, who shoots 42% from behind the line, had 20 points against Camden a few weeks ago, has come up big in the second half as Hawkins, the scoop layup inside, brings Brookdale to within 1.
Hawkins has been impressive, showing off the moves, going to the basket. It's a couple times of late, he's finished.
Ortiz looking to go somewhere with it. Now gets it to McGee. Hodge, contact, and he gets the bucket to go. Squaring off downstairs against Tarek Gatling. And it's back up to a 3-point lead. Brookdale spreading out in this possession. Smith, the jumper is good. Jordan Smith has been on fire, and Chizak now will burn another quick timeout. Down by 1. It's a 30-second timeout for the Jersey Blues. So we'll keep it here on Brookdale TV. Mentioned that Brookdale and Passaic are playing their second to last regular season home game of the year. Passaic has a game on the road against Bergen, and we talked about how that game is circled on their schedule. If they can't pull out a win here this afternoon, they'll have to win that game to stay at 500 in conference. For Brookdale, they have a game on Tuesday against Camden at 6 o'clock. So Lou Abatista's team will be coming up from South Jersey to play them. That's always a good team, always a tough one for the Jersey Blues to play. And for Brookdale, they're just looking to try to squeeze every last bit of effort here at the end of the regular season in preparation for the tournament.
And they've had their hands full in this game, really from the get-go. Passaic has been prepared, they've been ready, and they played Brookdale tight throughout. I mean, no team has really been able to separate themselves. The highest lead has been about 8 points, and looks like we're heading right down to the wire.
Hodge makes a move around Gatling, floats it up there off the glass and in. How impressive has Dorian Hodge been in the ball game? He averages 17 points. He's way over that mark today. Hawkins can't get the bucket to go, but he'll go to the line.
You almost get the sense that Hawkins is just taking matters into his own hands. He's getting to the basket at will, creating opportunities now at the line.
Hawkins, a little bit under the weather today, will now go to the line for 2 shots. The foul was on Hernandez. That is his 4th and the 9th on the Panthers. Hawkins has not completed a foul shot in this game. Mentioned his struggles. He needs to get better from the line. He knows that he's been working on it in practice, but still only shooting 50%. 1 out of 2. 75-73. 2-3 zone here for Brookdale. Passaic can take some time with a 2-point lead. Ortiz, dangerous cross-court pass to Hodge. Swinging it around to McGee. Almost poked away by Sutton. Clock down to 8. Ortiz with 6. Fires it inside to Lasik. Lasik blocked away by Smith. He saves it. No, he doesn't. On the baseline, he tried to call timeout and he didn't get it. Coach Chizak arguing that Smith clearly signaled Brian for a timeout and the official would not give it to him. And you can tell Chizak is irate.
Tyler Hawkins goes over to try to console him, and I don't think that's going to help too much.
Chizak better be careful he doesn't get teed up. He's asking the official if he had possession, and I believe he did. He clearly, I tell you what, Brian, he clearly signaled for a timeout after a full 30 seconds of defense for the Jersey Blues as Chizak waves off assistant coach Ron Rivera. Well, Brookdale will have to go without getting that call their way. It'll be a fresh 30-second shot clock for Passaic, up by 2. Now Chizak is arguing that there shouldn't be a fresh 30. Still some arguing going on. I tell you, this is getting ugly.
I don't know when we're going to play basketball again, but now the officials confer.
What Coach Chizak is arguing, and he has a point, if Smith didn't have possession of the basketball and didn't get the timeout, that shot clock was down to like 2 or 3 seconds, so then it shouldn't be a reset of the shot clock.
It's a very confusing call, clearly.
Tom Fitzgerald and Brian Curtis trying to settle this one out. We saw the women's game end in controversy. This is building to possibly end in some controversy, as now Chizak will get an explanation.
What a doubleheader we've had.
Coach Virgil being very quiet. He does not want to argue in the least bit because most likely his team will get a fresh 30.
Yeah, he doesn't show the same kind of gusto on the Passaic bench.
Coach Chizak still not letting up. And the reason why is it's because it's crucial. This could be the turning point in the game. All right, here we go. 30-second shot clock has been reset. And Passaic, they can milk as much clock as they want with a 2-point lead. So now we have 90 seconds left in the ball game. Hodge nearly taken away by Hawkins. The floater from McGee doesn't drop. Now here comes Brookdale looking to push. Sutton for the tie. It's good. Off the glass, and we're tied at 75. Ortiz blocked away by Calhoun. Sutton couldn't handle the pass. And now Passaic has it with a minute left in the ball game. Coming down to the wire, Passaic trying to keep their postseason hopes alive. Brookdale trying to not drop 2 consecutive games at home. It hasn't happened in nearly 3 years. Hodge on the attack, to the rim, blew the layup, no call. And now here comes Brookdale the other way. Smith in transition is fouled in the bucket. Jordan Smith. My goodness.
And the crowd making some noise as you can feel the atmosphere in the building. Smith trying to rile him up even more.
And now Coach Virgil is in Tom Fitzgerald's ear as he does not like that call at all.
Wait, we had a more wilder doubleheader.
I tell you what, Brian, I don't think we've had a wilder doubleheader in the 3 seasons that you and I have done basketball games.
It was so wild, we made up a word, wilder.
Is that a word?
My name is Randy Sutton.
We're really losing
I'm
it here.
from Harlem, New York. I play guard.
Smith makes the bucket. It's a 3-point game. Timeout. Full timeout on the floor. 34.4 seconds to go. We'll be back for the finish on BTV after this.
This is why I came to Brookdale because my major business, and I wanted them to give me ideas and ways to.
Well, the semester's coming to an end, and students are either cramming for finals or stressing about what their next step is. But if you come across the Brookdale Bankier Library, you'll find people who are willing to help you de-stress, relax, and clear your worried mind. Oh, and did I mention...
Back here in the Collins Arena, 34.4 seconds left. Brookdale, after a huge, can't emphasize that enough, shot from Jordan Smith. The and one from the line. It's a 3-point game. And Brian, now for Passaic. What do you do? I mean, you're not out of this game by any stretch of the imagination, but you're in a hole down by 3.
Well, you'd have to expect Dorian Hodge to be the guy that the ball's going to be in his hands, and he's had himself quite a game. He's been the player of the game for the Panthers in this game. He's been able to shoot it. He's gotten to the rim. He's probably had about 20 points, if not more, in the game. So you'd have to expect the ball to be in his hands, and he'll try to make it happen offensively.
Hodge is working on a career high. He had 30 against Camden. He's close to that threshold tonight. He's got the ball. Now over to McGee. McGee nearly lost it. Ortiz threw it away. No, Ortiz got it back. It'll be here with Passaic with 21 to shoot. Hodge looking to inbound. A 3 for Hernandez. That doesn't go. Hodge the tip up, no. Lost it, couldn't come down with the rebound, and Hawkins comes away with it. Hawkins is fouled in the backcourt by McGee.
And let's hope this one doesn't start to get a little chippy. We don't need any more fisticuffs or brawls or benches to clear.
That was close, Brian. McGee really kind of spun Hawkins around. It's the third on McGee. If you're just joining us, we had a ugly bench-clearing brawl in the women's game at the end of regulation. Brookdale was able to come out on top. Most likely some penalties will ensue on both sides of the ball. But here in the men's game, we haven't seen things get chippy yet, as Hawkins, his struggles from the foul line continue. And these are big foul shots, Brian. You've got to make one at least to make it a 2-possession game.
Again, they just continue to struggle. That was a big one.
1 out of 2. 16 seconds to go in the ball game. Ortiz lost it. Brookdale can't foul here. Lasik underneath, blew the reverse layup. Calhoun clears it out to Gatling. Brookdale will survive and get away with a win. 79-75 is the final. Wow, what a game. Brookdale led by 1 at the half, and they're able to pull it out in the end, 79-75. Impressive performance for the Jersey Blues. And it wasn't pretty in the least bit, Brian. They came down from at one point 6 points. Passaic looked to have the game in control. Coach Chusak called the timeout with about 4 minutes left in the game. Jordan Smith came up big, I believe, with 6 straight points to tie the game. And then at that point, we were off to the races, and Passaic just could not make the opportunities that they had down the stretch count.
Yeah, and I think that was the key juncture. The score was something like 68-60. Brookdale had fallen behind by their largest total of the game, and it seemed like things were kind of slipping away. But then after that timeout, quickly responded with an 8-0 run, got even, and then down the stretch in the last 5 or so minutes of the game, I thought they did just enough to get the victory. They still missed some free throws, but Hawkins did make that last one count. But also, I think a key player today was Randy Sutton. Some of the things he was able to do. You mentioned Smith, those key baskets to tie the game, but Sutton, that key play in transition where he got that layup, kind of got the crowd going. I thought he played a big role, and Brookdale did just enough in a game. It wasn't easy. Passaic, who came in, they were well prepared, as we talked about, even though the record was under 500. Clearly showed they had a lot to play for and performed well, but Brookdale did just enough to get another key win here at home.
And certainly tip your cap to Dorian Hodge, who played incredible for Passaic, near a career high in scoring. They come up a little bit short, and now for the Panthers, they will have to win. They are in a must-win situation if they want to qualify for the postseason. They have a game coming up at Bergen County College on Tuesday. For Brookdale, they have one more regular season game against Camden at 6 o'clock, so we'll have that at Tuesday night. That'll be the final regular season game for the Jersey Blues, and then they'll enter the tournament. It'll just depend on seeding, Brian, expectations for that game.
Yeah, I mean, look, this team has kind of hit their stride of late. I think it's interesting that since they lost guys like Lamar Johnson and Keyshawn Cummings, at the time we thought big losses, 2 of the guys who were 2 of the top scorers, but that almost proved to be a little bit of a turning point of the season because guys like Smith and Hawkins stepped into the starting lineup. They found kind of a uniform look that they went to a consistent starting 5, found chemistry, and really got rolling there, won about 8 games or so in a row. I think that kind of turned the tide for them.
Well, we'll see how Brookdale fares on Tuesday against Camden County College. Brian and I will be back for that game at 6 o'clock here on BTV. So for our entire BTV staff, from my broadcast partner Brian Goudsworth, and I'm Tim Catalfamo on a wild night, or wild afternoon, I should say, for sure, in the Collins Arena. Brookdale gets the win 79-75. We'll see you on Tuesday from the Collins Arena.
Having trouble declaring a major? Or do you have a degree and don't know exactly what to do with it yet? Well, look no further because the Major Fair is here for you. Hi, I'm Sophia Perola, and welcome to Brookdale's 2nd annual Major Fair, where students can explore various academic options, find out what jobs are in their field of study, and talk with department representatives who can assist them in the decision-making process.
I'm the Director of Career Services here at Brookdale, and today we're at the Major Exploration Fair to help students learn more about what they can do in certain careers, what they can do with their majors, and then also to talk about all the hands-on learning opportunities